Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. Another boring NASCAR race. Another typical, forgettable Sunday race. Nothing memorable, I guess, besides SVG winning 4 straight road courses, but other than that, nothing. There's only one road course left on the schedule, thank God. Feels like every track sucks. Except Atlanta. Every other track with this car reeks. It's terrible. Every fucking week. Like, it's so boring to watch week to week. Even when it's not a road course, the racing isn't great. So, and yeah, Chase finished 26th and his car was terrible, especially on the long runs, but it's not why. It's not why I'm mad. Yeah, it sucks. Finished what, 26th, car was terrible, but it's just the overall racing. Like, I want to see Chase run well, but he didn't today. Oh well. Jesus Christ, the racing is just awful. The next gen is the worst car that has ever been used in NASCAR. I put in the title last week, I think, for the Iowa review. What I put? Next gen car is the worst cut car ever. It is. Look, there's tracks that probably aren't great, but they were not this bad. With this car, they're just terrible. If it was just the rest of the year and they made changes next year to the car, wouldn't be as upset, but they're clearly not going to do anything. And I could sit here and say, oh, they should just scrap the car and build a new car. Well, that probably won't happen for another, 5-10 years. We're stuck with this piece of shit spec car. Next gen is the worst car that's ever been used. Oh, but we like what we're seeing. I've been watching NASCAR since, I want to say 2009. First race I watched, Talladega. The race where Carl Edwards got sent to the fence. Been watching since. This is the most disconnected I've ever been. The shit's just terrible. This road course racing is just terrible. At least with the car before this, they put on good short track races and road courses. And super speedways were good. You don't get any of that with this car besides Atlanta. Just so disconnected, I feel like. It's not just because SVG won. I like SVG. He's just that much better at the road courses than everybody else. But fix this car, please. I'm not exaggerating. Been watching this shit since I was what? 3, 4? 18. I've spent a long time watching this sport, and that was one of the most boring races I've ever seen. Why don't I sit through the whole thing? Oh, yes. Well, anything could happen, but I didn't think anything was going to happen, and there was nothing else on to watch. Just, didn't have anything else to watch until the Dodger game started, so. But, just so boring. I want to talk about Chase. That was 100% his worst race at the road course. Pathetic. Well, never even close. I really don't have a lot of words. Insanely terrible performance. They have to be experimenting before the playoffs or something. You'd think they'd have something to race for, though, since they were so close to buyers for the regular season title. Everything sucks. Qualifying, strategy. The tires actually did matter. It's the only way you're able to pass is if you had a tire advantage. What did they do? Well, they pitted early, so they just faded on back because they had older tires than every car around him, so of course, inevitably, he fell back instead of trying to get a tire advantage. car sucked, and when they had decent pace, Chase couldn't pass anybody. Unless he had a tire advantage. Such a terrible weekend. What a great car. Surely it's going to make for good racing, they said. Surely it won't ruin everything, they said. They said it's better than it used to be. Talking about the sport and the ratings. Ratings are already down in the shit. When football season starts, they're going to go even more down. Because I'm not going to be watching these 4 races. When football season starts. College football, NFL. Because I'm just so disconnected. I enjoy watching football more than this shit week to week. I speak for this entire fan base when I say we need less road course races with this next gen. Or maybe we actually need to have people with actual brains that need less of the next gen car. Oh, Watkins Glen just sucks. Yeah, Xfinity cars had 0 problems passing. And there was passing in this race, but you had to have a big tire advantage during that. If you didn't, like the start of the race, for example, they were all running the same speed. Like, did you watch the other road course races with the car before this? How many good races this track produced? You gotta stop blaming the tracks for this shit car. People always use the tracks as an excuse. Is Watkins Glen the best track? No, but you gotta stop blaming the tracks for this shit car. Watkins Glen sucks with the garbage next gen car. Yes, you're correct. Maybe we need fewer races with the next gen car. Maybe we have 0 races with it. This was boring. 0 out of 10. I can't give this anything other than that. Nothing special. Nothing unique. Go the same speeds. Just another forgettable race. And it was a 2-hour race. I mean, this thing was short. Probably a good thing, because other than that, I probably would have fell asleep. Forgettable. Another snoozer. What could legitimately been one of the most boring races of the season. The amount of times I've thought that this season is alarming. Thinking, oh, this is probably the most boring NASCAR race I've ever watched. What's going to kill NASCAR isn't quarter cutting or changing demographics or even a aging fan base. It's a shitty product. The car isn't good. Playoffs suck. This has to be the least excitement I've ever felt heading into the playoffs. Sure, the mid-pack was, I guess, entertaining. You didn't see much of it because NBC didn't give a fuck. But even if it was entertaining, I didn't see it, so... I mean, a boring road course is better than a boring oval. But that doesn't make it any better. Road courses just blow. Such a shame what product the Gen 7 consistently produces at Watkins Glen. As much of passing having Watkins Glen should be in comparison to other road courses, the mid-speed corners just don't lend themselves to the nature of the Gen 7. But at the same time, a boring race after this weekend is honestly not the biggest maybe thing to complain about, because there's been so much chaos this weekend. But I want good racing, dude. This is just absolutely awful product. Like at the start of the race, they were all going the same speed. The car sucks, but the executives all sold us out to save them some dollars. It's awful product. Piece of shit spec car. Another track. The start was a track position race. The tires actually didn't matter, I guess. I'll give a little bit of credit, but I'm not going to give too much credit. Tires should matter every week. Just go burn all the next gen cars to hell. We're in serious trouble if they're bringing this exact same car back next year, dude. How does NASCAR look at this and think this is good? Terrible. SVG won the race, by the way. Stage winners, Chris Buescher, Ryan Blaney. SVG won the race. Had the fastest car. Won by like 10 seconds. Led 38 laps. Let's go over the results. SVG gets the win. Bell second, Buescher third, Byron fourth, Briscoe fifth, Blaney sixth. Actually led 35 laps and had a really good day. Suarez seventh. How about Bubba eighth? Won the Brickyard. Comes back from 32nd to finish sixth at Iowa and a ace today on a road course. How about that? Tyler Reddick 9th, Chastain 10th, Allmendinger 11th, Eric Jones 12th, Priest 13th, Logano 14th, Austin Dillon 15th, Cindric 16th, Smith 17th, Hocevar 18th, McDowell 19th, Bowman 20th, Gregson 21st, Kyle Busch 22nd, Stenhouse 23rd, Herbst 24th, Hamlin 25th, Elliott 26th, Haley 27th, Gillen 20th, Ware 29th, Tiny on 30th, Bragoslawski 31st. He actually he pitted late, got his way up to 14th, and had a flat tire. Nemechek 32nd, Gibbs 33rd, Custer 34th, Berry 35th. He had a crash. Catherine Lake 36th, Balicki 37th, Yaley 38th, and Kyle Larson 39th last place. Actually did get the fastest lap. He had some type of brake issue, spun, had a brake issue, had to go to the garage. It was multiple laps, was like 15 laps down, but he still got the fastest lap of the race. Barry crashed. Was there really anything else of note? Kyle Busch spun and collected Denny. Hocevar had a spin with helping McDowell, but that's really it. So yeah, another boring race. Oh boy, we get Richmond next week. Probably one of my least favorite tracks on the schedule with this piece of shit car. But it's time we stop blaming the tracks. Like, this car just doesn't really produce great racing anywhere. Besides Atlanta, it doesn't really produce great racing. It's terrible for the most part. But yep, SVG gets the win. I may like SVG. I mean, he won by 11 seconds. Whooped the field's ass again. No shock. He's just playing the game, man. Just gotta hate the game. You just gotta hate NASCAR's system. SVG's just taking advantage of it. 4 straight road course wins. Just can't blame him. Mexico City, Chicago, Sonoma, Watkins, Glen. So Richmond's next week. Can't wait for another boring race. I'll be glad when football's here, so I won't have to watch these 4 races. But yep, peace.